Okay, in this video, I'll be showing you how to turn your surfaces into solids. Because if you remember, your surfaces do not have any sort of volume. They are just representative of the shape that you've created. And then what you want to do most times is turn them into a solid that we can work with. The reason we would use surfaces is because of the cool organic shapes we can get, especially as we talked previously about the lofts and the sweeps. You can get some really cool shapes there. And then if you want to turn those into surfaces, that's where this video comes in. And so the most basic way to turn something into a surface is to use this tool up here called thicken. Okay, this works with any surface that you've got. What it does is it just basically adds mass to that surface. So if I've got this surface here, I come up here and I select thicken, I select my surface, okay, and now I can select the size. Let me control that. And then I can select which side I want to thicken it to. So I don't want to thicken it to both sides like I've got selected, just the outside or just the inside. We'll go with just the inside for now. Okay. And so now you can see the shape that I've got. Notice that this no longer says surface bodies, but it's solid bodies. Let me roll back to show you. Previously, it was surface bodies, but now that I've thickened it and turned it into a solid, we've got solid bodies. Okay, just one. So that's a very simple way to create a solid from a surface, the simplest way. But oftentimes your parts will be composed of multiple surfaces, not just one. And so you'll need to basically to combine those using this tool, the knit surface tool. And so in order to do that, let's throw in another surface here. We'll do a filled surface at the bottom. So now you'll notice we've got kind of this bucket going on here. And I want to knit them together. But before I do that, let me show you what would happen if I did not knit these together. Currently, we've got two surface bodies, as you can see. If I were to thicken one and then thicken the other, let's go out just to exaggerate the shape that we've got here. One moment. Okay, something I love about making these videos is I'm learning stuff all the time. I just learned that if you have this selected, this merge result, and you're thickening multiple surfaces and they intersect each other like these ones do, it will merge them and create a solid automatically. Let me just make sure I go only in the one direction and see what happens there. Yep, notice how it merged those together. So that's actually pretty cool. I didn't know that SolidWorks did that. So there is that. That's one way to create one single surface from a thicken. That being said, again, your parts generally will be more complex than this bucket that we've got going on here. And so for that, we want to use the knit surface tool, because that will allow us to do this in one thicken and not have to do multiple and worry about merging the results or anything like that. Pay attention here. When I knit these two together, you'll notice that this down here and inside, that blue will turn black. What that means, wherever you see blue on a surface, that's the edge of the surface, the edge of independent surfaces. And so that's one way to tell as you're trying to troubleshoot where you might have gaps or things, if you can see those blue edges. But once I knit them together, you'll notice that goes away. Okay, so what I need to do to knit these together is I come up here to knit surface. I select both of my surfaces. Don't worry about merge entities here. And don't worry about gap control. Hopefully your surface modeling is good enough to where you don't need to worry about gap control. That basically talks about, if you've got gaps in between your surfaces there, but you should not, especially in this case where you used a filled surface, you should not have a gap. Okay, I'm going to hit OK. And now you'll notice that that edge is no longer blue, but now it's black. Again, I'll roll back the bar to show you. It's blue. We've got two surfaces, but after I knit them together, it's black. We've only got one surface. And then now I can accomplish that thicken only in one step. Okay, I don't have to have two thickens and worry about merge result, although that is a cool feature.